You have probably heard about this concept at least once if you are interested in arc raiders at all. Me myself, I was interested in it for like 10 seconds last night and I've seen 5 different thumbnails about it, so I'm sure you have already heard it. But there are some things that you don't know and you won't learn it through, the classic YouTube video, because most of these YouTube videos are coming off of articles that themselves know fucking nothing about it.
Like and subscribe.
You probably heard maybe even this quote before, that Embark is planning and already has figured out a way of delivering the entire Arc Raiders lore to you through the video game. Meaning they already have figured out most of the quests, they have figured out what actually will be happening during the next, I would assume, 10 years, but I mean, it's pretty optimistic even for the fact Arc Raiders is doing extraordinarily well right now. Keeping a game alive for 10 years in strength is, well, in ask around games, that's probably the best example. Other example would be, Valve's. Even Valve, with their billions, can't keep alive one single video game. They had to release multiple iterations of Counter-Strike to even keep that brand alive. So imagine Arc Raiders being compared to something like League of Legends in terms of lore strength and actual gameplay strength, which is insane to even think about it. Nevertheless, we don't want to talk about that right now. What's up with the movies or anything related to the lore at all? Because, I mean, I don't know about you guys, I'm fucking starved at this point. I really want to know more. I made a video quite back about how there is a hidden layer of actual storytelling in the game, which, most people fucking laugh their ass off at me, but it doesn't really matter because we don't know much. There is not much to really say, and I do think part of it is that the devs are making shit up as they go, even though they do have some kind of baseline, which is kind of why we don't really want anything yet to happen in terms of any other media. We don't want movies or shows. We want them to figure out first what's gonna happen, and this will be changing because I don't think Embark really wanted this game to be as popular as it became. I think that you can see it right now because we are about 2 or 3 months into the release of the game and the lore is very small. It's so small! There is not much to say. And I do think they're scrambling, they're writing and they're writing everything just to kind of put it down the pipeline a little bit faster. The first tidbit that you are interested in right now is that there will be no movie. There will be very likely no movie, and that is because movies are notoriously incredibly bad at putting together a complicated story. You would look into something like a Marvel Cinematic Universe or even DC, even though I think Marvel is closer to this. Their source of story is thousands and thousands of comic books and their stories, and the only way they can comprehensively tell a story like this is that they release multiple movies worth of billions and billions of dollars, and Embark doesn't have that kind of money, buddy. So what will end up happening is that they will be making a show and very likely will be striking some very good deal with companies like Netflix, Hulu, maybe even Amazon Video, stuff like that. Second of all, this show, which will be airing somewhere at the end of this year if they keep up the numbers, like right now, which is almost 500,000 active users every fucking day. I mean, have you ever seen a game fucking release and having instantly that kind of player base? No, you didn't. That doesn't really happen that often. So companies are like doing everything they can to strike this insane deal. This is like new Fortnite basically. And so this TV show would be in the same concept as you have Arcane, for example. It would be a good amount of animation. It wouldn't be a live action, it would be animated, and it would be basically about the whole origin of where Arc came from and how we actually made Arc happen. The whole story basically is Terminator, so we are gonna be going back and looking for the answers on how actually Arc was made, how the AI that is controlling it exists in the world and all these things. And we will bridge the gap between the past where the bots actually, took over the planet and between present day. There is an idea at Embark that I think is very cool. It would require things that I don't think are... The technology is quite not there today, and I really doubt that this will come to fruition, so don't expect it. But this is something that Embark was kind of offered at some point, and they came up with it too, but not to the extent that this idea goes right now. So basically, what Embark wants is to implement the player base totally into the creation and continuation of this show. What that means, when you take the gameplay that you have right now, Embark throws at you a new arc, like the matriarch right now, right? And the community goes in and tries to destroy the matriarch. You have seen statistics that Embark posted before, these little graphics where, you know, they tell you how many people died, how many people killed each other. As the show progresses and turns into the actual story, what Embark wanted to do is to basically tailor all the episodes based on the behavior of players and how they deal with the arc and how they deal with each other. This would include a constant writings, and there are a lot of talks about the actual script for the animation, if not the animation itself, would be heavily influenced by AI that takes information from the game in real time and converts it somehow into the script, and the script being actually generated into the animation by an AI as well. This part is not confirmed, so don't fucking panic, don't go in the comments here or fucking anywhere else and start panicking about this. This is not confirmed. The strategy Embark is trying to employ about this is that they don't want to cut off people from working on this in any way. They don't want to replace voice actors with AI, they don't want to replace screenwriters with AI and animators with AI. This is not what they want. The way this came to like an idea was that they want the script to be fluid with how players are interacting with the game live, which means that when you get a person to write a script for an entire season of a show like this, and the season can be lasting the whole year, but in that year players do a bunch of shit on a new map and they want to include this kind of behavior into the script model, they can't just rehire the person to rewrite it for each episode. That's not how any of this business works, and it's not possible to actually do it in time, because you need to then make the animation as well. Even if it was a live action, this still wouldn't really work. And so right now, Embark is at a stage where if they will go through with making something like this, they will have to commit a lot of their resources towards making something like that. When you enter some kind of relationship with a streaming service, like I mentioned already, it's kind of irreversible, which means that any projects that they are currently working on might be stalled, which I don't think Embark really wants. You might not know this, but Embark actually said way before Arc Raiders was even being released that this is their second video game and they are planning on making a third, which, I mean, likely they are already making one. Which means that if this project that they didn't announce yet would be releasing in somewhere in 2027 window, which is the most likely window, so I realize this is a lot of shit to just unload on you right now. Process it, you know, and to be honest, like, keep it kind of like to yourself. Don't like panic over any of this information, because the only information I think is actually real, the only one that I think is the reality, is that this is not gonna be a live action movie but animated show, much like something like Arcane was. But the history with Embark and AI and how they use AI would heavily suggest that this rumor about generating the script based on the gameplay that is happening currently, so they kind of include the whole 500,000 active users of the game in making the script. I think that's something that that sounds Embark so much. That sounds Embark so much to me, so I would believe it personally. That's why I'm putting it in the video. This is where my mind is. I think that this might be true, or just that they are considering it is true. Not that it might actually happen, but that they are considering it. Alright, well, I think that's all from me, and I will see you later.